Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. Looking for a TV game? Welcome to September 1982. We're still just scratching the surface, and last time we had an Atari kind of night, ending with the third issue of Atari Age. Let's see what's next. We're now on the Apple II. Let's play some Sea Dragon. All right. Sea Dragon we've already seen on the TRS-80 back in June 1982, and we gave it high marks. Let's see if the Apple II is any different. Here's the box for Sea Dragon. Yep, looks pretty much like what we saw on the TRS-80. And over there in the bottom left corner, it shows you all the versions. TRS-80, Apple version, and then pretty soon we'll be seeing the Atari version of Sea Dragon. Got some really nice screenshots down there at the bottom. Oh, nice. So yes, showing off the different, I think it's the 3 different computers there. Pretty cool. Let's flip it over to the back. Nice. It says the Apple version talks. Awesome. Apple version's by John Anderson. Way to go, John. The challenge of inner space, the fury of an enemy that seemingly will not die. This is Sea Dragon, a battle to the death under the high seas. Almost sounds like we're playing a naval simulator, but nope, not like that. Slide into the captain's chair, take the controls, and prepare yourself for the most incredible non-stop action this side of Davy Jones's locker. Sea Dragon puts you in control of a nuclear sub that's armed from stern to stern with enough firepower to take on King Neptune himself. And you'll need every missile, torpedo, and every scrap of skill you can muster to survive. I couldn't describe it better myself. So you got program parameters down at the bottom. What do we need? How much memory do we need? Does it even say that? It just says joystick required. It is classified an arcade game, and this is by Adventure International. What else do we have for Sea Dragon? Besides the box, there's the 5 1/4 floppy disk still in the sleeve. Let's slide it out to play on the Apple II. Yeah, the cover is really nice. I like it too. So this one has a few cracked versions. We're going to try it without the cracked version and see what happens. Here's Sea Dragon by John Anderson, published by Adventure International, still in the beginning of September 1982. We gave this one 4.5 stars, one of the best games you could play on a home computer when we played it on the TRS-80. Whoa! Sea Dragon! Blew me away. I didn't expect the voice to be that good. I could actually understand what he said. Was that John Anderson that yelled Sea Dragon at us? If you look at the text crawl over here above my shoulder, it's letting us know copyright information, but then it... Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. You can also push keyboard, joystick, or joyport if you have the Atari joyport. We're going to go with J for joystick. Wow, they doing the talking. Yes, it had to be snakes. I don't think there's any snakes in the game, though. It's like the mascot. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah, joystick works. Very nice. Whoa, I got the ultimate explosion. I actually pushed that one instead of the fire. Okay. So we have what appears to be a Scramble-like game. Oh, interesting. It already snuck up on me and got the best of me. All right, let's see if we can blow these suckers up. So it shows over in the top left... direction, damage, and then check out the radar at the top. It's like we're going down a tunnel underwater. Very nice. Oh, don't touch the sides. You'll blow up like that. Yeah, I'm excited to hear the other versions talk. I don't remember or not if the TRS-81 talked to us. You know what? I think it did because it was one of the best games you could play on the home computer. And that was still in 1982. Oh, barely missed me. All right, let's blow them all up and go. How many of those explosions do I get where I can blow the whole screen up? I don't have anything that can drop bombs. Oh, and I got firepower. Whoa, I've been going slow. Oh, I'm in a checkpoint. Very nice. Okay, so we're on the next area. Let's see. Awesome. Let's see if it saves. It is like Scramble. We got a checkpoint. Very cool. Now we got barriers to contend with. Make it eat through the barriers. Very nice. Wow. That's once again, I want to keep going. How far can we go? Hey, welcome, Jeff Quest. Bring it on. It's September 1982, and we're playing Sea Dragon on the Apple II. We are blowing up the Sea Dragon on the Apple II, at least right now. Oh, nice. It almost got me. This is it. This is awesome. Wow. The screen effect is pretty cool. How many lives do I got? It's been really generous. I've died quite a bit. Do we get to just keep going? Oh, I think our damage is going up. Okay, so every time you blow up, it restarts you at the checkpoint, and the damage goes higher and higher. And so I bet if you reach 100% damage, then it's game over. So there's no lives. Very interesting. Oh, we got turrets. No! Oh, you gotta blow up the turret before you go. There it is, 100% damage. Does he say a game over for us? Only Sea Dragon. Yeah, this is fantastic. I still say this is one of the best computer games you could play right now. So much fun. All right, let's go again. I understood exactly what he said. It's perfectly clear. For the Apple II in 1982. Yes, I know. Everything's different in every version. I really enjoy checking out all the versions. I also like how this game gives you firepower. I started off with one shot at a time and realized, oh, you can just shoot. Just go. Fire off as much as you want. Yeah, this would be a real treat to have on your Apple II. Still got the best of me. And yeah, the high score table is really nice as well. Wow, it's so fun. I like the radar at the top showing you where you've been. You can see they don't go by the live system, too. It goes by damage. A different way. So I wonder if we can bring the damage down somehow. All right, let's see if we can fake this sucker out, because I couldn't shoot it. Oh, my gosh. So you have to be able to go forward and back, which means you have to go let the screen scroll. It's auto-scrolling, but you have to go forward enough to let the mine drop and fly up, but you have to make sure you have enough room to get back where you were before. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now we're getting it. So cool. It's got talking. It's one of the best Scramble variants you could play on a home computer. Let's see if we can do it. I'm just going to chance it. Yeah, just go. And we do have a full oh, make the checkpoint. Nice. So cool. The effect of the barriers is very well done. This really makes me feel like I'm playing in the arcade. It's great. Yeah, manly. Even if you don't like the Apple II, you got to admit this is pretty good. The effect is fantastic. I love the challenge too. Even though I'm dying, my damage is going up. I still want to keep going. I want to play. I don't want my damage to go up anymore. I want to keep going. And yet I continue to explode. Yeah, I like that luring the mines to fly up, Curtis, too. It's great. All right, here we go. Let's make it all the way. Oh, nice. If we use our super explosion, it actually blows that up, too. Okay, so took care of the turret, making our way down. Look at this, the scroll. Wow, it's giving me vibes of playing something like Vanguard. So just made the checkpoint. It had a little lag because when it says checkpoint... Uh-oh. Almost reaching maximum damage. Not a good sign. All right, let's blow those up with my supernova bomb. Can we make our way down here? I'll just use it again. How many of those can we use? Uh-oh, there they are. New enemy type, too. Wow, and then you reach 100%. If you look at the radar at the top right, we've only made it, what is that, 1/5 of the way through the map? I want to keep going. Sea Dragon is fantastic. So still one of the best games you could play on a home computer, even though we've already played it on the TRS-80. This one's so good. I'm going to have to say, yeah, 4.5 stars still. Sea Dragon's where it's at. Check it out. In 1982, what would you say for Sea Dragon? Man, it's so good. Yeah, Curtis is actually even going up to 5, possibly. I'm with you there. Maybe I should say 5 for Sea Dragon, because the Apple II is hitting all the marks for everything we've seen for a game. The continue is also something else. Because having a computer game that has a continue or a way that you can go where you left off is great. Charlie saying 4. Yeah, manly, it is arcade level. I'm with you on that. Yeah, Apple II as well. All right, so after Sea Dragon, what's next? We're going to the United Kingdom and playing Starship. This is by a type-in game from Sinclair User. Only 60 pence. Let's buy it now. All right, so we're going to type it and play Starship. This is by Nicholas Locke at the beginning of September or whenever you typed it in 1982. Ready, set, go. So we got 5 to move left, 8 to move right, 0 to fire the laser, and run. The idea of the game is move your Starship into the refueling stations. Wait, move them into the... Going into the refueling stations with X, avoiding asteroids. Okay, I think I got it. Run to start, 5, 8, and 0. Okay, well, let's go. Oh my goodness. This is so choppy. I can't believe... Oh, I think I should have refueled in that one. Interesting. It's almost like the River Raid mechanic, which we haven't seen officially. There is no River Raid yet, but you can blow it where you're going to get fuel. This game is bare bones, saying there's a... Yeah, we already ran out of fuel that fast. Enter run to play again. No, run. No, run. There we go. It worked. If someone said, hey, I got a scrolling shoot 'em up on my ZX Spectrum, then this is like bare bones. We're playing a scrolling shooter, like barely. This is the bare minimum. All right, let's try it again. Roll into the fuel. Yes. Okay, so don't shoot the purple. That's the fuel. But you got to admit, this is very, very slow. I am playing on that spongy ZX Spectrum keyboard, so I have to give it even lower marks for that. But this is barely a game. I mean, it's... Yes, we are hitting asteroids. They are asterisks, but you got to admit, it is a type-in game too, so you can kind of fault that. But even still, of all the games you can play on a home computer, Starship's low. Way down there. I got to go 1 star. Right in the broken range. Yep, Curtis is saying 1 as well. Yeah, Charlie says yikes. I say yikes too. So after Starship, let's not type anything in. What happens next? Time to go to Japan on the Commodore Max machine and play Super Alien. Super Alien. We've already seen this one on the VIC-20, and now we get to check it out on the Commodore Max machine. So this was Heiankyo Alien. We originally saw it in the arcades in September 1979, and then it was called Digger in the arcade in 1980, and on the VIC-20 it was called Super Alien, at least in Germany, in May 1982. So now we're playing it on the Commodore Max machine. Front of the box is different than we saw on the VIC-20. They actually did some kind of stylized way to play, and it's cool because are we not digging holes? Are we actually trapping them with a laser like that? I didn't know that. And there's the cartridge on our Commodore Max machine. We're going to pop in and play Super Alien. Here we go. This is Commodore Electronics. It's sometime in the beginning of September 1982. Ready to play some Heiankyo Alien. All right, so this one looks just like Digger. It actually looks like we're playing something from the arcade, very similar to the VIC-20. I don't notice anything different. All right, let's do this. Hitting F1 to start. It is a one-player only game. All right, so I have my controls. My little guy's down at the bottom. Now to dig some holes. There it is. Dig the hole. Oh, nope, nope. Get away, get away, get away. Nope, nope. They're already starting to flood me. It's dig them and take them out. So I like to make a few traps here. There's a few strategies you can do for Heiankyo Alien. Got to get the holes ready because as soon as they go in, got them. Trap them up. 300 there. Can we take care of this guy? Quick, quick, quick. Got it. All right, we're on a roll. The artificial intelligence of all the aliens is extremely random, so they can go anywhere. It could be anything. This came first before Space Panic, but the idea is pretty much the same. Bear in mind, we have not seen Load Runner yet. That doesn't exist. But the idea of digging a hole and then trapping something in it, it started with Heiankyo Alien, and then Space Panic. Yeah. Oh, that's true. It might even perform even better than the arcade version. That's right. We still have to wait for the aliens. If they don't come around our spot, you can start digging more holes. Come on, buddy. Okay, I'll just go over here. I don't think they're going to take the bait. All right, going down this side. We got another one coming. Come on, buddy. Come on, you can do it. Got him. All right, one left. So it's another experience that's really rare to be able to play at home. Of course, you have lots of Space Panic games or Apple Panic variants. Panic variants are quite a bit, but that's from the side view. If you want this top-down, almost like we're playing Pac-Man, but trapping aliens, you only have the one on the Commodore VC-20 and this one, and that's it. I know, right? I thought it was always holes, because whenever you played this in North America in the arcade, it was called Digger. So is it a force field because the front of the box? Oh man, he's not falling for any of it. And as you progress, the aliens get faster and start to swarm you, so you do have to have some kind of pattern. But notice how we can dig as many holes as we want, or force fields. Got him. Yes, there we go. It does feel like Ghostbusters. We won't see that till 1984, though, so I have no idea what Ghostbusters is. But it does give you that idea. Originally, the concept of this was 1979. Really original. Didn't see anything else like it. I can't believe it didn't go in that one. But see, the other thing is, when you try this strategy of making something in tight quarters to catch the aliens, another one could be sneaking up on you really fast. God, they're going right around it. There it is. Got him. Yep, see the one in the back? I need to quickly knock him out. Controls are pretty simple, just like in the arcade. You hold one button down, and while you're holding the button, you move a direction to open up the hole, and then another direction to close the hole. And we've seen that control with the Panic games, too. Yeah. Yeah, the aliens, they're all random, though. So it's not like they're closing in or following me. It doesn't make you feel like you're being followed or artificial intelligence like used in Pac-Man. This is more just wherever the aliens go, maybe they fall in the pit, maybe they don't. Or fall in the force field, maybe they don't. Still pretty cool. I like it. Alright, so there you go, that's Super Alien. Of all the games you can be playing right now on a home computer, it's a unique experience. There's no other way to play this exact style of game. And so when we saw this on the Commodore VC20 in Germany, I said 4 stars. And I'm still going to say the same now, it's still a great game. If this is the kind of style or game you would want to play, it's still an excellent title. And rare, because otherwise you just have to go to the arcade to play this game, which inspired so much after it. Panic games too. Bartleman saying 4 as well. Oh yeah, 3.5 from Charlie Manley saying 4, and Kim Wilde saying 3.5 too. There you go. So above average, at least. All right, after Super Alien, what's next? It's time to play on our Atari VCS. Here's Tapeworm, the second game by Spectravision. Tapeworm, whose idea was that? Here's the box. Tapeworm. That's all it is, and there he is. Oh, he's such a happy guy. For this, flip it over in the back. Spectravision is kind of like the Magic boxes. There's a metallic sheen. It feels almost aluminum on the outside. So what we're looking at is a reconstructed box, because most of the scans of Tapeworm nowadays, they don't look so good. Tapeworm doesn't look very good. Hi, folks. My name's Blinky. I'm a Spectra Worm. Oh, gosh. I never wanted to meet you, Blinky. So we can do 4 different game modes, 2 difficulty skill levels, maximum score of 9,999 points. All right, what else do we have for Tapeworm? There it is. That's what a scan looks like of a Spectravision box. The Tapeworm area looks great, but the shine, it's not really there. Doesn't give the same experience as the new one. Here's some ads you would have seen in magazines for Spectravision with a few of the other titles. The only one other we've seen so far was China Syndrome. It's the most exciting new games in video games. They're the hottest new games. Way better than all those other publishers for the Atari. And then more ads. Spectravision, meet the challenge. Yeah, meet the challenge of making too many video game publishers. Nothing's more fun than having a tapeworm. What? Whose idea was that for this? This is just terrible. Why? There's really no explanation. Yes, it is a terrible surprise. Don't eat the squid. Yes, I'm with you. All right, and there's the cassette we're going to pop in. That's what the Spectra Video or Spectravision games look like on the Atari VCS with a reconstructed one. Awesome. Yes, it reminds me of the advertisements we're going to see in the 90s where they try to go outgross each other. That's right. Everyone loves a tapeworm. How do we play this game? So the instruction manual is, you don't know what a spectra worm is? Well, we're the little critters who clean up the fruit left over in your television from what the other video games you play. We all do this for beans. To see me at work, help me out, just plug me into your game console. By the way, if you see Spanky the Spider or Beaky the Bird, don't tell them where I am. What the hell is going on? I think this is part of the... This will be in a bargain bin soon with this story. Oh, man. So here's our cast of characters. There's our hero, Slinky the Worm. They don't say tapeworm there. Beaky the Bird, Spanky the Spider, and the Mystery Beetle. This is ridiculous. And there's Slinky's diet. We're going to be eating a bunch of stuff because we're playing, ladies and gentlemen, another Snake variant. Yes, we've seen this since the beginning of time. It shows us how to hook up our system, plug in the cartridge, and we have over on the right side an example of the screenshot. We shouldn't need that much explanation, but they're pointing out all the different objects on the screen. You have to move your Slinky around or move Slinky the tapeworm around. Ugh, gives me chills already. Over there on the left side, if you look at the joysticks, Spectra Video, eventually Spectravision, makes the ergonomic or the very first ergonomic joystick, and there it is, an example of it. I don't think they say it. There's the picture of it, but it doesn't look like it's advertised here. At any time the guys appear on the bean patch, you can call Slinky to touch his head. If you see him, there's the apple patch, the orange one, grape, strawberry, or banana bean patch. So it is a snake variant, and you got to do something different because we've already seen so many. So let's see how it stacks up. This one was available in PAL regions. We're going to go to North America and play Tapeworm by Spectravision, the beginning of September 1982. Oh gosh. If our ears hadn't been blown off yet. There's Spanky and Beaky. Hey, interesting, they have a little opening to the game. And Beetle, everyone's favorite. So instead of doing an arcade attract mode like most games on the Atari, it has this opening. Pretty cool. No, really, you have played this? Well, we have now too. Does it go into the game at all? I think it just flashes all the creatures on there. Now I'm going to try Game Select. You can see we got game modes 1 through 4. What about games? No option. Okay, so all we got is 4 different game modes, and they didn't explain them in detail in the manual, so it's not like they had the game grid like the other games by Atari. But let's go. Hit and reset, and we're in. Oh yeah, there's the sound we're looking for. Everyone should be familiar with this game. This kind of game has been around for a long time, and it usually gets mixed up with the light cycle style game. It still sounds a little loud. That's amazing. I'm trying to not blow out eardrums here. But yeah, we're hitting ear-piercing sounds on the Atari VCS. This style of game is sometimes confused with the light cycle game, but if you're ever eating anything and progressively growing longer because of things you pick up, points, items, things like that, then it's a snake game. You eat it and the snake gets longer and longer, or in this case, the just disgusting, filthy tapeworm. Yeah, as far as the snake game goes, on home consoles, we don't see as much. So, since the beginning of time, we've seen light cycle games that have been around the arcades since 1976 with Commotion in the arcade, and then Surround by Atari on the Atari VCS, and then Checkmate was also in April 1978 on another home console, Blockout by APF in October 1978, and then Snafu in October 1981. But those are all the light cycle games. If you want something that really plays like a snake game, majority of them are on home computers. As far as home consoles go, it's not really that many. The first snake game we ever saw on the channel was Hustle in the arcade in May 1977. And then after that, we've had, so far, this is the 18th snake variant of all the video games we played. This is number 18. On home consoles, you can only play Chase on the Atari VCS. And so this one is the second ever snake game. So while this is generic, and we've seen plenty on the arcade, plenty on home computers, on home consoles, there is only Chase, and that's it. There is no other snake game that is exactly like. There's light cycle games, but as far as going around and eating something and making the snake grow longer, this is the second game. I'm still not going to say it's like amazing. I mean, it's a tapeworm. I know, yeah, Ubagor, it's okay. They've mixed up the formula and changed a lot of stuff on home computers, so we've seen plenty of really fun ways to play the snake-style game. Yeah, do you have to go crawl off the side? Can we go get it? Let's see. Oh. You have to go get it without touching the rest of the sides. Yep, and they got other things you can eat that are crawling across faster than just the static objects. It's the game your parents don't want you to play. It's disgusting. It's tapeworm. Yeah, thanks. Come for the video games, stay for the filthy tapeworms. I had no idea this one existed. I just find it surprising that it's really only the second game that's a snake game for a home console. Yeah, if you take too long to get to the apple, then he'll take it from us. So here, I'll come down over here. Yep, he took it already. So if you can get to the apple before the cricket at the bottom does, then you get bonus points. So an interesting gimmick, still not enough to drive it over the top for the gameplay. Here we go. So I don't think I can get there in time. You moved at a fixed pace. We got him. And then after that you go from level to level and it changes it up too. Very nice. And that's some of the formula we've seen for home computers where they have new levels or different things you'll see. Can we get him? Oh, you can't touch him. I thought we were supposed to eat the bugs. So the formula's been there for a while. Since we played so much, I would say the formula is stale and not incredibly impressive. But at this point, it is a terrible premise because it's tapeworm, but the execution's all right. Changing up the levels, giving you a different objective and other things to avoid besides the norm. See, now we got 2 different objects to pick up, and then the orange, wherever the orange is, if we get there fast enough. Yeah, it's a bird is one of them, and then we have some other insects that can get us. The trilling sound of the Atari, though, is to the max. Wow. Yeah, so we're going to see 2.5 stars from Curtis. There we go. I'm actually going to be kinder than 2.5 stars. I'm going to say it's still around the average range of all the games to play on a home console. But on consoles in general, since it is only the second game, I'm going to say 3 stars of everything so far that you could play. Yeah, 2.5 is what I'm seeing mostly from the chat. I'll go a little bit higher than that because this style of game is more prevalent on home computers, not so much on consoles, so I'll still say 3. Mainly seeing 3 in Charlie as well. And it is Snake. I mean, you can't deny it's been around for a long time. This formula is going to be surviving as far as video games go for a long time. We're not nearly done with it. All right. After that, it's time to go to Australia. Oh my goodness. I don't know how to describe what I'm seeing right now. Oh, electronics. Speak and spell. Oh, wow. All the electronics. Wow. Hey, there it is, time and fun. And computers. Oh, and the Creative Vision, or the Dick Smith Wizard if you're in Australia. And there he is, Dick Smith.
Kids, remember, even if your mums and dads don't understand electronics, you can bring them with you.
No, don't bring your parents. Oh gosh, they brought the parents. That's right, Powpuck. Wow. On second thought, let's not go to Australia. It's a silly place. This is Turbo 2000 on the TRS-80 in Australia. That's why we're going there. You gotta admit, though, hopefully that commercial does not haunt my dreams tonight. It's the electronic wizard in the electronic land of Oz, as in AUS, Australia. So, kind of cool. All right, so this game we have only a couple screenshots for. We're in the really obscure range. We're going to play some Turbo 2000 on our TRS-80 by Rick Maurice, published by Dick Smith Electronics at the beginning of September 1982. That's right. Let's go. Turbo time. Yes. I'm not wearing one of those. Maybe if I go back to the 70s, I might. Whoa. We're in. Way to go, Rick and Dick Smith. So we get instructions. How do we play this one? Sweet. Oh, I love it. So we can steer left and right. We got up and down to accelerate, and then changing gears is shift up and down, and then brake aborts. Why, we got our aux plug hooked up to our amp for sound. We have a top 10 mode. Nice. I'm gonna just go ahead and play. Let's do this. Time to play Turbo 2000. Sweet. I'm at the bottom of the screen. I obviously look like an automobile. Only take up 5 pixels, but that'll work. Let's see if we can speed us up. Accelerate. There it is. Oh, actually, when we accelerate, my left and right movement gets smoother too. Let me see if I can go up a gear. Oh, yeah, the speed's pretty cool. And this is a pseudo, like, scrolling racing game or driving game. I think I'm just trying to drive till my fuel runs out. Oh, and they're changing it up. Uh-oh. Oh, this is awesome. If you love the graphics of the TRS-80, and you like driving games, you need to be playing this now. This is awesome. All right, yeah, speed it up. I want to go turbo speed. I am trying not to blink. That's how intense this is. If we switch our gear up and go even faster, can we go faster? Wow. Awesome idea. We don't see too much of this on home computers. Something that plays really close to Monaco GP or one of the other variants. Wow. Can we go even faster? Let's go. Skill level's gone up. Oh my gosh. Wow. Skill level 4 track is now challenging. This is so fast. We played quite a bit of games on the TRS-80. As quickly as everything's happening on the screen, especially whenever it was leading us left and right, that is amazing. I like how they have all these extra things to look at on the road, but you can't pay attention to that. You got to pay attention to the road. Yep, I'm going to speed us up. Here we go. Weaving in between cars. Now, the only other experience I can think of that's this fast is something like Night Driver or 280 Zap. From the first-person perspective, that game would get pretty fast. Oh! We're on skill level 5 now. Wow. What's kind of cool is whenever you start your acceleration, it has slow movement left and right, but then as you speed up, you actually move left and right even faster. Let's go. Come on, turbo to the max. Everything's passing by way too fast. Awesome. I don't know if we can keep up with this. It feels like I'm going faster than 60 frames per second right now. If you think of all the other games we played. And I am using keyboard controls. There's no joystick control. Wow, that's awesome. Cool. For a fast experience, Turbo 2000, we are going to Australia. You got to play some of that. Thanks, Marshall. That's pretty fun. Now, if you think of the perspective of everything so far in the world of video games, the top-down scrolling racing game of all the games we've ever played, this is the 26th video game that was the top-down, and we're actually scrolling. Think Monaco GP. We played the first one we ever saw was Superbug in the arcades in September 1977, and then most of these games we see on arcade and on consoles, but on home computers there's not a ton of them. In fact, there's only Match Racer on the Atari home computer in 1981, and then there's other games that are like Rally X where you're scrolling all over, not just vertically on the screen. Like Formula One Racing, we saw by Sid Meier in March 1982. And then another one that's really close to this one was Cross Country Rally on the Apple II in April 1982. But then the other ones are mostly like Rally X, like a Getaway on the Atari home computer in July 1982. So this experience of this on a home computer, there's really nothing else. There's only Cross Country Rally that you could play. So Curtis is saying 3.5 stars, and I have to go with Curtis because this kind of game, there's not a lot out there. There's not enough to say to have this. It's not something like an excellent or super amazing game like 4 stars, but I still got to say above average. 3.5 stars for a home computer, definitely. Turbo 2000's where it's at. That's awesome. Yeah, it's basic, but it gets the job done. For a racing game and for a video game, I say above average. All right, after that, where are we going now? It's now time to play on the Sharp MZ line of computers, and this is UFO. And don't be confused by the ad in the back, because that's all the ad I could find for the Sharp MZ. We are not going to Japan. It was also out in other parts of Europe. We're going to the United Kingdom to play UFO. This is not the UFO we already played on the Sharp MZ by Solo Software. This is by Knights Computers. Here's the front of the box, and I only got this from someone on Twitter says they had the UFO by Nights computers, and this is the front of the cassette case, but that's it. That's all we have for artwork. If it is even genuine, I'm not even sure. You ready to get going uncharted waters? Here we go. It's time to play UFO by Stuart Pyrie by Nights computers in the beginning of September 1982. Yes, Marshall, there is no such thing as Spy Hunter. Anywhere. I have no idea what that is. All right, let's do this. We're going to be playing our tape, and we're speeding it up because we don't want to wait for a cassette tape. That's right. Oh, we have to go through the whole cassette process? Yikes. All right, then I'll do this way. I loaded up, just in case we had weirdness. We'll just load up the cassette. There we go. Nope, that won't work either. We'll try it again, a different way. I'm telling you, some of these home computers, they are very tricky to do for a live show. All right, now we'll load it up. There we go. Stuart, what you got? By Nights computers, use the cursor keys to move around, fire with the spacebar, shoot all the aliens, or die. So the border around the outside is the first, or one of the first, Sharp MZ series of computers, which was the 80K. This one this game we're playing on, and every game we play on the Sharp MZ series of computers is going to be anything. It's going to be all of them. So this one is on the MZ 700. Is everyone ready? Here we go. Get ready. Yes, so UFO by Nights computers is Targ, or a Targ variant. I am the yellow guy running around, possibly running around, maybe flying like Superman, I'm not sure. Take them all out. So if you enjoy Targ, it's bare bones Targ. There's nothing fancy about it. At this point, we played quite a bit of Targ variants. Lots of different options, changed up the formula. I'm actually doing all right. It's really random where the enemy UFOs are going, so I'm curious to see what the next screen is if we don't die. It's really easy to get blown up. Notice that they speed up just a little bit too. Oh, he switched on me. Come here. And I only have one shot at a time. We did it! Oh, is there another map, or is it just rinse and repeat? Nice. Yeah, there you go. Same formula. So now it says level 2, but it looks pretty much the exact same. So cool. So at this point, this is our 14th Targ riff. We played Targ 14 different times now. Some of the best ones we've seen, if you go back in time, was Chisholm Trail on the TI-99 4A. You said it was about 3 stars. Then a really good one was Space Cadet on the Apple II before that. On the Apple II in May 1982. And then the Crossfire series. Oh, another game? Sure. Sweet. Yeah, so Crossfire was another one we played. That one's by Sierra Online on several home computers. Then we played The Attack, also on the Texas Instruments home computer in 1981. And then before that, we played Tombstone City on the TI-99 4A. And that, again, was a lot of Targ games on the Texas Instruments home computer for some reason. So this one isn't doing anything fancy like Space Cadet or Crossfire, but it is simpler because I only have one shot to fire, so I feel very limited. I feel lost in a sci-fi game. Another game, I will say no sir. There you go. So that's UFO. On the Sharp MZ, it's actually all right, considering the other games we played, because this is only the 4th Sharp MZ game of all the games so far on the show. But I would still say for this game, it's still around average, maybe even subpar. Charlie's saying 2.5. Kim Wilde says 2. Yeah, Bartleman playable, yeah, but 2. And so I'm going to say it's less than average compared to all the other games. Very, very simple, but okay for this computer. I'll say 2.5 stars, just slightly below average. And now, what's happening next? We're going to Vietnam. That's what's happening next. This is VC, or Viet Cong, showing up first on the TRS-80. Let's dive in. This is the latest by Avalon Hill. They started doing board games and now publishing video games. So this box is for all the systems, Atari, TRS-80, and the color computer. I believe it came out first on the TRS-80. You flip over the back, it'll be the cassette tape. This game is really controversial because the Vietnam War ended just 7 years ago, and we already get a game on it. And the only other big reference, like in pop culture, was Apocalypse Now, the movie. So this is like a fresh idea of playing a game based on Vietnam. I don't want to go back, man. I don't want to go back. It says we'd have been in Nam 90 days now, but sometimes it feels like forever. No matter how well the Viet Cong are thrashed one day, it seems as though they're back in even stronger numbers the next. Scary that this was a game. So very, very controversial. This may have been a Avalon Hill too hot to handle kind of video game. I know, right? It looks like a real photo on the front. Where did Avalon Hill get that one? Do we have anything else for VC? Maybe that's why they called it VC instead of Viet Cong, to hopefully avoid any illegality. Oh, yeah, that's true. Rambo, that's a good one. Good shout out, Kim Wilde. All right, so here is the manual for Viet Cong. We're going to see it on all... Oh, this is the front and back of the box, and then there's the manual. That's it. TRS-80 models 1 and 3, or level 2 with basic, 32K memory needed. This is by Brit Monk. Way to go, Brit. So this one we're going to see on the first few systems you could play it on, and then later we're going to see this on DOS, the Fujitsu FM7, and the PC-88, because Avalon Hill likes to put their games on every computer, even in Japan. This game is a simulation of political military warfare between guerrilla forces and pacification forces controlled by the player. The game spares the player any glimpse of the hardships suffered by the people of Vietnam or the hardships of the various combatants. Rather, this game will demonstrate some of the challenging and entertaining tactical problems posed by an unconventional conflict. Scary for a kind of strategy game we've played before. The object is to win the hearts and minds of the people, cut off and destroy all Viet Cong and North Vietnamese army units operating in your province or on the board. Of course, you won't usually know which population groups are Viet Cong or where the North Vietnamese army units are. And since the Viet Cong recruits from the civilian populations will be attempting to increase their numbers, you will lose the game if more than half the combined civilian population of the province joins the Viet Cong to fight against you or is destroyed. So you're going about the jungle. I think of the experience. You're going about the jungle, but you don't know which enemies are friends or foes until you get close enough. Ridiculously crazy idea for a video game. Yeah, that's true. We're going to do them all right now, all the versions. So there's the board we're going to see on the TRS-80. Yeah, that's the Model 1. That's the one we're going to play right now. And then there's the map symbols for everything looks like. By the way, there was no graphics. On the TRS-80, we're going to look at U2, U1, NV, VC, and that's what the units look like. It's all text. So the units that we control are going to be the U.S. Air Mobile Infantry Battalion, the Artillery Battalion, the infantry, the ARVN Infantry Battalions, and then the computer. This is only a one-player game, so you can't play with anyone else. The computer will control the friendly civilians, the neutral ones, and then the Viet Cong and North Vietnam battalions. So the game begins with a prompt showing you what level to play, and then when you decide to play, you control what unit you want, and then you move that unit. So it's a kind of like squad-based tactical game, but it's more of a larger scale, not as large as some of the other war games we play, but still up there with the number of units you control. So they're the movements. When you say you want to move a unit, you say, north, south, east, and west, the different cardinal directions. When it's the computer's turn, they go. So it's a turn-based affair. And then combat is whenever you're next to a tile that's occupied by an enemy, or you're on the tile. Yes, right? So there you go. This is the loading instructions, and as usual, Avalon Hill's got a name for it. Then we can play that game. Let's pop it and play VC by Brit Monk and Avalon Hill Microcomputer Games, the beginning of September 1982. So all this, or the VC game, came out at some time in the fall of 1982. So we're just starting it right now in September and taking it away. All right, I believe we have to load up Viet Cong is the full one. Yeah, there it is. Viet Cong. I really don't want to go to the Viet Cong. Was anyone excited to play this game? It loads up in BASIC, and we'll be playing in BASIC. Yes, there it is, Microcomputer Games. getting us going. How would you describe playing a game if this is so close to the war that it's based on? And while the war was dragged out a long time, would it influence the sales of the game? Like, what was Avalon Hill thinking? Were they trying to be rebels bringing the game out? Got an interesting splash screen when we start up. And what you see right here is pretty much it. We're going to start with difficulty level 1. The entire game is text only. So the grid and the screen that you see, everything is all ASCII characters. Nothing fancy here. A big shout out to Wargaming Scribe for his article that I'm going to include links down below for playing this game or his experience with this game on the different systems. Now, the TRS-81 is the only one that looks like this. So we're not going to spend as long in this one, but you can see that we're represented by all the units there. And then now it tells us what unit do we want to control. So I'm just going to say R2. It's going to tell us they have a strength of 2. What direction do we want to send them? I'm going to send them north. And you can see R2 moved north. And now I've uncovered with the X's some different things. I have some civilians with horizontal coordinate. Oh, this is the coordinate for our artillery. So I'm going to say let's shoot the artillery at 9. And on the TRS-80, it's a little more cumbersome because you have to say the coordinate hit enter, or the X coordinate hit enter, and then the Y coordinate hit enter. Oh, that's a really old talk question. Maybe you should check out Chronologically Tabletop Gaming, wherever that channel is. All right, so what unit we're going to move now? R3. They have a strength of 2, and we got no enemies yet. Let's head east and see what's over there. So R3's moving east. You can see we got an artillery barrage. They want to tell us where to put it. Let's send it on 6, or say G. 6. And you can see artillery has a small explosion, but that's it. All right, so there you go. I'm just going to do a quick little glimpse of what it's like to play this strategy game. Now, VC is a easier title than other strategy games, but I actually like that easier title without so much complexity compared to the other war games that are available. The TRS-80 version, though, is a little rough. It's not as easy to play because you'll be typing in commands. So of all the video games you could play right now, VC is still a very well done strategy game and video game because it doesn't bombard you with tons and tons of complexity that ends up making the whole gaming experience slow. So Charlie's actually thrown on 3 stars. I'm going to say around 3, but actually go 1 up because this kind of game is easier to get into from the amount of units you control, and you don't have to think of it on a larger scale compared to other war games. The simplicity, it works, and it's a very good one by Avalon Hill. If you think of all the other strategy games you could be playing right now. Chiptune saying 1. Nice. But that's not all. VC was also on the Coco. All of these, I was told you could get or buy at sometime in fall 1982, so we're just going to lump them all together, at least the first batch of games on the Viet Cong. You can see the box. Avalon Hill did pretty much the same thing. Looks like a photograph they took for the front of the box. Want to make it legit. Flip it over the back, and this one's the disc version of the game, which makes me wonder if it really... I think the disc one is for the Coco and for the Apple II. Anything else? Oh yeah, the Addy Would Have Seen in Magazines by Avalon Hill. We've seen everything at the top of the screen except I don't think we've seen Breakthrough yet. It's coming up pretty soon. And the manual should look very familiar than what we saw on the TRS-80. It's the exact same thing, but on the Coco, we actually have some graphics. So whenever you play as your units, or at least it shows the Apple here, has the artillery, air mobile, Army of the Republic of South Vietnam units, and then you're trying to recruit units too, which is another cool part of the game. Yeah, this one's a good one at this point to play for time invested. It respects your time. Let's pop in and play VC by Britt Monk sometime in fall of 1982. I'm pretty sure we're just going to be loading up VC, machine language. Yeah, there we go. Load VC. Nice splash screen. We can joystick it, yes. And we get a musical tune. You can see the presentation's better. Wow, yeah, this is much better. And you can see the copyright, 1983. Yeah, this would have been probably the end of the fall, 1982. I'm putting the three together because strategy games are a tricky one to go over. Might as well just knock them all out at the same time. They do a little bit. All right, so push the joystick button into the level of play. You can do 0 for easy. Okay, let's do level 1, kind of like we did on the TRS-80. Yes. Oh, look at this. This is a whole nother level. I am using the joystick, and this is point and select controls. Wow. I'm making a note of that. Sweet. So you can actually move the units that you want using the joystick. This is very reminiscent of other games we played, like the Eastern Front, 1941. Wow. Oh, thank you, Curtis. Yeah, it may have been early 1983 too. Yeah, this one is completely different than the TRS-80. Look at that. Oh, we have U.S. troops there. Got it. Okay, that's right, because we're supposed to move this one, infantry, and move there. Sweet. And every time you move, it's going to show an unidentified Vietnamese. Sweet. We have the artillery where we can fire too. What? Fire in... Yeah, so you can fire in unidentified spots. Wow. Oh, nice. Yeah, the quality is way up on this one. All right, so let's move again. Infantry. 1 up. Spot a target and push the button. Nice. It is still a one-player affair, so we're playing against the computer. Did I just shoot myself? Oh, yeah, it said I wasn't going to move the units. After you move, then you can fire. Spot a target and then push the button. So you're pretty much firing blindly on an unidentified Vietnamese. And who do we blow up? No, it doesn't even say. They're just gone. Scary. It's almost like we're playing in Vietnam. It does kind of look that way, Hunter. All right. And then they do their moves. Notice that all of the yellow units did their move next. Yeah, this is another level. Very well done. The user interface is what sets this apart. Very cool. Yes. And you can fire your shot. So I'm actually playing it incorrectly. After you move an infantry unit, if it gives you the option to fire, you're supposed to move your selection over and then hit the fire button. Honestly, this feels so much ahead of most of the other games we play for strategy games that I'm not used to moving a cursor and selecting where I want to fire. I'm used to just using the keyboard on the home computer. Oh, it's because it's on the TRS-80 color computer. Everything is this color. You have to have it green, yellow, and blue. That's the law. He gets lower points. That's true. It kind of takes away from the eeriness of being in Viet Cong. When we played on the TRS-80 all black and white, it still looked pretty creepy. But this feels like we're going to go hold hands and sing songs in Vietnam with the bright colors. I know, it's so difficult. I am placing myself in September 1982, or at this point, fall 1982, and saying, how would you experience, or how would this game compare to everything else that's available out there? Yep, that's right, Curtis knows. That's actually really good. This is really close or something similar to playing Eastern Front 1941 or the last one we saw by Chris Crawford. So because the user interface, VC on the TRS-80 color computer is way up there. I actually consider this a really good game. I want to keep playing this, learning more about how it's the inner workings of the game. So for this one, of all the video games you can play right now, I got to actually say this is one of the best. It's 4 or 4.5 stars. It's a really good video game. Because of the genre, I'm actually going to think 4 stars. Yeah, I see a lot from the chat, 4 stars and 3.5 from Charlie. I guess the color we could bring it down. If it was 4.5, we'll bring it down for the color, right? But man, it's still a great game. Excellent, excellent video game. Of everything you can play so far, it's up there. All right, what's next? It's the very last version of VC, also for the Apple II. I don't want to go back, man. I don't want to go back. Don't send me back. It's the same box by Avalon Hill. I think it said TRS-80 color computer when it's the Apple II, but Avalon Hill just had different stickers for the front of it. And do we have anything else on the Apple II? We do not. Hey, thanks, Hunter. Appreciate it. Here we go. We are going back. This is Viet Cong by Brit Monk at the beginning of September 1982. Hey, VC. I remember that game. At least now we'll have graphics. Will it fare as good as the color computer? I'd like to see this one right on par with it. Yeah, and it does later. We're going to see that one. I can verify that much later. So, yeah, it's going to be on the other systems. Actually, that's a good point. I don't have it pegged for the Atari. I have it coming out on Microsoft DOS later, and then in Japan on 2 of their computers. I got to look that one up. Oh, nice. We got a opening splash screen. Love it. We're going in again. The title's also changed in every version, which has me wonder, did Brit Monk really do all the conversions? I had him pegged for the Coco, and then for sources, original TRS-80 was Brit Monk, but Apple II said Brit Monk too, but they all are designed a little differently, at least the opening. Oh, yeah, thanks, Marshall. Okay, so maybe we will see the Atari one later, or it's possible that we're just showcasing a few of the home computers and not all of them. You can only have so much Viet Cong in your life. All right, so here we go, level 1. Starting the game. Oh, we got coordinates, though. It doesn't play or look like... Interesting. Yes, look. It is very similar to the TRS-80, except we got some graphics. So it's going to ask us what's unit, and it's all on the keyboard again. So the Apple II and the TRS-80, very, very similar. The Coco's in a whole nother world. Like we described, it may have been later in early 1983. All right, so which unit do we want to move? R1. Yep, which direction? Go north. Yep, there we go. Artillery barrage, and we got to say what square. So everything is text-based. So this one's through a text parser, not through pointing and selecting like the Coco. All right, let's do an artillery barrage at, let's see, X. Let's do E, J. They do make it easier, though. Oh, we got animation. Nice. Okay, so yeah, it's a step above. I still say, yeah, better than the TRS-80. Notice the slow draw screen. Much better than other ones we played for strategy games, though. Oh, he killed a civilian. That's what you have to do in the game, is decide if you want to take the risk to blow a random spot to see if you kill a civilian, because you want to try to get them on your side, too. Yes, Manly, we're supposed to win their hearts and minds, not destroy them. Okay, so let's go with R3. And let's move him. Can I do north? Northeast. There we go. Got it. Viet Cong unit eliminated. Artillery barrage. Looks like we got some coming in. We're going to say no. We'll skip it to the next one. So you have these choices like we had before, but I still say this one's very well done, even with the text parser. Another game that I was surprised because I want to play more of the strategy title. So there's a quick taste of Viet Cong, or VC. So with Apple II, I'm going to say, yeah, it's still 4 stars. I'd give obviously the Coco version a nod above this one. Maybe even 4.5. Because the user interface is way better. It's all the video games you could play. They obviously spend a lot of time on this one. So I'm actually going to go higher, yeah. This one goes 4.5. Viet Cong is well done. So cool. Yeah. No cursor, it goes down to the same level as the TRS-80. Nice. All right. Time to put the video game playing on pause. Tune in next episode for an excellent arcade game where you'll find that we are strong to the finish because we eat our spinach. That's it for today, and like I always say, aim, fire, repeat. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we missed any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are Perpetually Retro, and we will catch you next time.